Hi everyone, I'm Josh and behind me is my garage. This is going to be a channel about different projects that I take on and work on in my garage. My first project is going to be this bicycle over my shoulder here. It's a 1993 Specialized Stumpjumper. In 1993, this was my dream bike and I never had a chance to own one. But now that I'm old and they're cheap, I can. And so I'm going to restore it and I'll sort of restore it, bring it back to life and make it look good and have fun riding it around. So I'll show you the condition that it's in. I'll show you the things that I'm going to replace, and then I'll sort of show you the work that I'm doing as I go along. And then at the end, you'll see the finished product. And I hope you enjoy. Let's get started. Here is the 93 Stumpjumper, just as I received her. I got her for a decent price, but once I got her home and realized how much work and parts that I was going to need to replace, probably didn't get a great deal on it. Probably should have been free, but I do love it, and I'm gonna go through the bike and show you sort of what condition it's in and show you the things that I plan on replacing. First of all, this rack is going to go. This rack and this bag. Let's see what's in the bag. See if he still has anything in here. Okay, we've got a towel. Got some Foster Grant shades. So those came with the deal. Some sort of lubricant. Looks like, no, that's tire repair. What else is in here? Lots of towels, and we got a pump. All right, well, can never have too many pumps, I suppose. What else we have in here? A pump with a gauge. A couple pumps. So that's the rack, and it's coming off. Let's take a look at the cockpit here. We have 3x7 Dior LX shifters. The left shifter for the front derailleur seems to be in decent shape. This right shifter doesn't work. The housing has come off. The guts are completely rusted. So all of this is going to get replaced. We're going to go to a Dior XT 3x8, which I was able to find. The shifters that I got were off a 1998 Cannondale. So not the exact shifters that came on this bike, but makes sense for the period and is a slight upgrade that would have made sense that somebody would have wanted in 1998 after they'd had this bike a few years. This is an old speedometer that's coming off. Came with no grips. I imagine the original one's rotted off. Looks like there's still some residual goo from where that happened. This is the original bar, looks like. It's got the Specialized logo there. And all of this is going to look pretty new. New brakes. Got the combo brake and shifters. So this will look period, but a lot newer. The components that I've purchased are in a little bit better shape. So look forward to doing that. Frame is chromoly steel, which I actually prefer to aluminum or carbon or anything like that. I like steel bikes. I like how they feel when they ride, and I don't really care too much about weight. This is going to be a problem. This is the suspension. This is the Future Shock, Specialized Future Shock suspension. It was made by RockShox, I believe, but labeled as Specialized. Right now it's working. I am going to attempt to restore it with new oil. I believe it's an air fork, if I'm not mistaken. But we're going to find out when we take it apart. I may have to replace it with rigid. This front wheel I am going to keep. It's a Dior LX wheel. It's the original wheel, I believe, from the bike. There's a lot of stuff that was replaced here. This seat is going to go. It actually feels very comfortable. It's just not the look I'm going for, and it's old and beat up. It's got the original water bottle, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, I'm not going to keep it or anything, but it's cool that you got a 90s specialized water bottle there. I do like the cage. I like the water bottle cage. It seems very sturdy, and I like that. Let's go down and look at the drivetrain now. So as I said before, this is going to be mostly LX and XT. It's a 3x7. I am actually going to replace a few things. This you'll see this thing's missing some tooth. It's got a lot of wear. I mean, as you can see, it is really gnarly, really dirty. It looks like it was taken on a pretty rough ride and then just stuck in the garage. The gentleman I got it from purchased it new, and when he was a teenager, and kept it and lived in a very wealthy area. So imagine if he bought this when he was a teenager. He was a pretty well-to-do teenager, and kept it, I'm sure, for nostalgic reasons, but it looks like he rode it for a while and beat it up pretty bad, which I don't mind. This was a bike that was meant to be ridden and ridden hard, and I'm going to shine it up, but I'm going to keep all the scars because this bike earned those scars. One thing that doesn't make sense about this bike is that it has a wheel with a disc hub. This is a sort of a cheap replacement wheel. Like I said, there's definitely some, well, you can't see in the light, but there's definitely some evidence that there was some pretty serious wrecks on this bike. So I'm wondering if he ripped up a wheel while he was riding and then just replaced it with whatever the bike shop had in stock. But I've already ordered a new rim, a new Dior LX hub, and I have a friend of mine who builds wheels, and we're gonna change this over to a 3x8, mostly period Dior XT drivetrain. So we're gonna change the shifters. I was actually able to find this exact same crankset for a decent price, and it's in much better shape than the one that I have is. I have got a 8-speed, somewhat period derailleur for back here. I'm actually going to keep this derailleur here. I'm just going to clean it up really nice. And but this whole wheel is going to be rebuilt. This rack is coming off. The seat's going to be replaced. Brakes and shifter is going to be replaced. This hopefully restored, if not replaced with a rigid fork. And I am going to pull her completely apart, change the bottom bracket out, and shine the frame up as best I can. Like I said, I don't plan on doing any touch-up work or repainting or anything like that. I'm going to treat the areas that are rusty, and I'm going to shine it up as best I can and replace all of this here. Tires are going to be replaced. I've already purchased those. I've purchased my shifters. I've purchased my derailleur. I've purchased everything I'll need to build the wheel, and I've got the new seat. And then this coming off is going to make it a lot lighter. Not that I care about weight, but she is one road hard bike, and we're going to give her some new life, and I look forward to sharing that with you guys.